So we're going to look at a number of different boards now within this category of rainbow 10 high or lower 3-bet pot, out position small blind against the button. The question is, do we pot or check? We've only got two choices. The 10-9-5 then, remember, is one that we're going to bet 60 to 70% of our range. This particular hand class is definitely one that we can check some of the time, and because the board is one of our more passive boards, I think we will check, and we get it correct on that one. Let's have a look at another one. So the 10-8-4, this is not going to be bet particularly aggressively for this type of board. However, we can expect it to be about 70 to 75% of the time. We're going to bet. We seem to have a hand that connects pretty well, so I think this is one that we can bet. Okay, so we said 70-80% of the time it's on the lower end of that scale, but we got it about right. We're not particularly looking for perfection here. The 10-7-2, then this is going to be one we can bet much more aggressively. The deuce helps us a lot. We actually bet 10 and 9 high boards aggressively more often than the 8 or 7 high boards, and also the fact that we just don't have any connection here helps us a lot, and we've got a great hand anyway. Pretty straightforward pot. We can actually range bet this board, so this one would expect to bet about 75 to 80% of the time. The top pair, again, we like betting 76, that one was. Again, this will be 75 to 80% of the time. We've got an air ball, so this is actually a decision. I think the connection around the 10 might help. I would just bet. No, wrong. So we get that one wrong. The air balls are definitely ones that we can put into our checking range, and should put into our checking range even on a board that is bet as aggressively as this. That is a major takeaway. Okay, 10-4-2 is virtually a range bet. We've got a great hand. 9-8-2 is one we're going to slow down on a bit, but we don't like having the 9-8, but we do like having the 2, and with an overpair of aces and the 2, I think we just bet 80% frequency on there. This one's going to be more 70-75%. Cbet, we've got an air ball again. We've now learned that we need to check some of these, 70-75%, and we're now checking our air balls. Even though we've got the nut flush, backdoor flush, we're going to call it an air ball. We're checking them very aggressively indeed. This one's going to be about 75-80% Cbet, and we've got the hand this time, I think, to go for it. Yeah, 75 to 80% Cbet. Same again. This is actually probably going to be a bit more around the 80%. We've got a great hand for it. 83%. This category bets very aggressively. This is just a range bet. 94%. This one will slow down a little bit, but not with this hand. This is probably 70-75%. That hand we like a lot. Again, this one about 80%. We've got an air ball, but this time with the 2 back doors, but on an 80% bet board, we will bet these now. You see the frequency is coming a lot more. Again, about 80% frequency with just the one backdoor. We do not like having 2 red cards in our hand. This is one that we can check. 842 is going to be bet super aggressively, and that's going to be kind of 85%, 80 to 90%, I think, and this hand will be bet. 762 will slow down a little bit, but still probably bet about 75-80% of the time. Over pairs are definitely a class we can slow down on, but I think the board's so dry, even with the 2 red cards, we'll still bet. No, we get that one wrong, but we can see that in general that's a hand class that we should be betting. 742 is going to be bet super aggressively, and we've got the hand for it. And 732 will also be bet very aggressively, and we do have the hand for it again.